talking about sexual market value.
If you don't mind me asking.
So, like therapy?
This one's meaning the ones who love me the most.
Nervous, because I don't usually do this.
Yeah, in this video we're going to talk about a bit of advice to 20-year-olds, male 20-year-olds. If you're in your 20s, I don't think it's actually of any benefit to pretty much almost anyone who's wanting to achieve anything in life. Anything from, it's quite ambitious and so on, to settle down, so to speak. If you look at even most successful business people, they rarely keep a marriage going. So you've got I think a very, very good book to get a hold of and read is the, what's it called? It's the, can't remember that name, is, I'll tell you in a minute. It's a very, very good book, but it's The Rational Male. Yes, that's it. The Rational Male, and you can find it in audiobooks and on Amazon, of course, and audiobooks. You can get it from Audible and so on. So you don't need to read it. Maybe there's a Kindle version of it, but certainly what they say is that. What it is said in the book, and I actually believe it, is that do not think that whatever woman stays with you, even if married, is going to stay with you forever. So you have to understand that this is transient. So what normally, very likely transient, very likely, I should actually rephrase that. What normally happens is, talking about sexual market value, the market value for us men, we're quite fortunate in the fact that it tends to increase over time as we become more successful and so on. And then if you keep yourself in very good shape, you can increase your market value, sexual market value, up to your 50s or even beyond that. Obviously, again, if you're extremely fit and you're financially successful. Because one has, there's a lot of talks about money doesn't really gets you pussy, so to speak. And that's true. I strongly believe that. But the matter of the fact is, if you know that if you're very strong financially and you're also a very fit man and so on, even when you're well over your 40s and into your 50s, you may have a very strong sexual market value. I find it absolutely amazing that now that I'm almost 40, I'm able to pull girls in their early 20s. I remember a 19-year-old, what was it, a year ago or almost 2 years ago, late 21. 20-year-olds, absolute freaking stunners. Women, I would not even think about being able to get close to, let alone get in my 20s when I was younger and with more stamina. What has changed is that with experience, bless me. With experience, obviously I've got far more experience, and I keep very, very fit. If you follow my social media and so on, I make a point of keeping very fit and healthy.
So why are you so? What would you do now then?
Okay, so so I've just finished a degree in counselling.
What was counselling, if you don't mind me asking?
So, like therapy?
Oh, therapy of what type? Psychotherapy?
Yeah, psychotherapy, yeah.
Oh, you can help me, yeah? I think I'm psychotic.
But...
Some people say, many people say I'm strange.
Yeah, I get that a lot too, so it's fine, it's all good.
So I've got loads of experience with girls, and the further I go, the more experience I get. So, and that is a very, very important thing. So what happens is, if you settle down in your 20s, also what happens to most men in their 20s is that as soon as they settle down, so to speak, they get a girlfriend or they even get married, inevitably, almost inevitably, they start getting fat, they stop exercising, they stop improving, and also it's extremely easy not to polish your skills with women and lose lots of potential accumulated experience while you're in a relationship. So you can actually do what you want if you're in your 20s, but in hindsight, would I get married in my 20s? No. Would I get married now? No. Would I get married in my 50s? I don't even think so. Do I see any value in marriage? No, I don't see it either. But, and I don't say that it's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, given my character, I wouldn't actually suggest it to anyone who's got some ambitions in life, financial ambitions and everything else. Said that, can you build sustainable family? I absolutely believe that, and in time we'll tell whether it's possible or not, but I actually firmly believe that it's possible, even without getting married, and sometimes even better. And I may make that point in another video, but I mean, here is, if you're male and you're in your 20s, what I would actually focus on is obviously make sure you never get married. Don't get into, that's my advice. Don't actually get a girlfriend in an exclusive relationship. Absolutely not. Keep polishing your skills in picking up women, because they actually come in really handy, really handy, and build that experience that you require, because the older you get, the more experience you get, the more efficient you are, and is absolutely amazing. You get far better quality girls when you're older, if obviously you get, obviously you don't, well, you haven't actually, you keep your body in a very, very good shape, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you keep exercising, you keep eating really well, you have a very good lifestyle, you're quite well off financially, so you have time to actually do the pickup that you've got to do, and so on. You've got that peace of mind, you're stable from a psychologically stable, and so on. So I would advise never to settle down, especially in your 20s. Never in your 20s. In your 30s, neither. I wouldn't advise that either. Maybe later on in life, but in my case, I'm not going to do that. I don't plan to do that. Things can change, because I was thinking, I always thought in my 20s I would never have kids. I'm actually going to get a few, obviously.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you look like let's work together. 2 minutes. 2 minutes and I go.
Okay, I'll go with contact.
And then as soon as you get in, then I'll just go. But then, yeah.
But yeah, what happens in relationships when you're a man, you tend to start slacking off, and your partner may have an vested interest in that, especially if you're full of potential. Let's just say what happens is you're not going to be as motivated as you'd be if you're single, to look after your body, to look after your appearance, to look after to polishing your skills in terms of picking up girls, and maybe your ambitions are going to be slightly less spiked. Maybe that may not happen to everyone, but it can be the case. So I'd say if you are in your 20s, focus on, because in your male, you've got a great life ahead. If only you focus on keep cold approaching, keep trying to find systems to pick up girls, which is nothing to be ashamed of, because we as men are programmed to scatter the seeds. And that's nothing, I mean, you can lie whatever way you want it about it, but that's the very, very truth about it. And carry on getting these skills in place. Invest in your future and in your financial future. So very soon you're going to be financially independent. This is what I've done, obviously. And keep investing so you become stronger and stronger financially over time. So by the time you're 40 or 50 and so on, you come with very good physique. You're full of experience. You're very, very smart. You may not have the stamina of a 20-year-old, but you're very, very smart. And I tell you, if you actually keep exercising, maybe you're even gonna you're gonna be you're gonna have far more stamina than a 20-year-old who's got who's fat and lacks ambition. So that may not be the case anyway. So rule number 1: don't settle down for a relationship which is exclusive. Keep womanizing, keep picking up women. I know some people may want to are looking at this video think it's outrageous, but that's a matter of the fact. In my case, in the case of many other people who are successful with women. So keep, don't settle down, keep going at it, keep getting experience, keep doing lots of cold approaching, do it every day. Oh God, if I were 20, in my 20s, oh God, with what I know now, knowing what I know now, oh God, by now I would have actually been in a better place if I only did a few things right. But as in terms of, I started doing what I later started doing in life, especially this pickup thing and certain type of investments. I started sooner rather than later. I would have been much better off.
I don't know this week. This week, what day? Next week?
Yeah, next week.
Coffee, how about that?
Okay, perfect.
Do you use mobile phone or Facebook?
Yeah,
Which one would you want?
I don't have anywhere to write, you know.
No, okay, yeah, just a second. I'm just I cannot call you straight away. I'll send you a message later on.
Okay.
Just excuse me. I know it's a bit random. I saw you from over there, and I'm a bit nervous because I think you look really cute. So I want to speak to you. So I'm sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I don't do this very often.
So I will
had
stop
to.
you there. I'm on my way to meet my boyfriend. But thank you.
Oh, right, that's good. But
Oh God, I would have been much better off, but I'm not in a bad place. But that's the point. If you're in your 20s, you're in a very, very good position, as long as, and you don't even, it's like the law of compound interest. If you're very young, if you only invest a little time every day, constantly, you don't have to break your neck over it. You just do cold approaches every day. You try polishing your skills because you've got so much, you've got plenty of time ahead of yourself to get all the reference experience. Is incredible. So, and then your brain is malleable. You can actually learn things quicker. And you can obviously, and if you do the same thing in investing, oh God, by the time you're 40 or 50, and you keep doing it constantly with minimal effort over a long period of time, oh God, you're going to have a wonderful life. And yeah, and then the other thing I'd say is, in my case, I never compromised. I've got so much I've had so much pressure from many women, even the parents of my girlfriends, for me to get married. Do I regret not getting married? Never. Absolutely. In hindsight, absolutely not. I don't even have the slightest of the doubt. And yes, absolutely. So if you're in your 20s, get a hold of The Rational Male, read it, because even if I didn't actually, I wasn't exposed to it up until a few months ago, when I actually found the content in this book, I actually pretty much, I resonate with every piece, almost every piece of content that is in it. Almost every piece of content. It is almost as if I didn't need to read it. These concepts to me were not new. Absolutely not new at all. Maybe because I've seen a lot. Maybe because I've actually been able to pull women that are supposedly unpullable. Married women in China, for example, in their 20s. I've done that. I've seen things that really are very, very eye-opening. And this is why, maybe possibly, this is why I did not find the content surprising, the content of this book surprising, but it seems as if many men still find it surprising. But I don't, absolutely not. I pretty much knew most of the contents. It's not as if I knew it. It's a sort of deja vu when I looked at the content of this book. I said, well, pretty much that's common knowledge to me. So, and it's a very, very important book. And what I've got to say is, love life for men and women. I only know the men's side of it because I know how to. I wouldn't actually be able to tell it from the women's perspective because it's a different value system which I do not know how to resonate with.
Yeah, you're lost for words as well. So am I. Imagine what it's like to stop a pretty lady, complete cold, stone. I mean, I'm not high on anything.
Right.
Imagine what it's like, what you're feeling, and then multiply it by 10. That's round about the way I'm feeling at the moment.
Alright. I'm
So,
very flattered.
Yeah, imagine what it feels like.
Yeah.
So what you doing like? I mean, just chit chat. What you doing like?
I'm a student.
So what do you study?
Animation.
Oh, animation, like.
But certainly, looking at what we're programmed to do, so biologically programmed to do, I would say the strategy of being hard to get as a male in terms of to settle down as a male is absolutely amazing. You get, I mean, up till now, oh God, I don't regret it a bit. I look at people who've got married my age. I don't actually, to the slightest, swap places with them. Absolutely not. Never ever. I've got a dating life of somebody who's, I don't know, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, especially when, even here in the UK, when I'm in China, it's almost a queue out of the door. So it's absolutely amazing, I tell you. And the thing when I was younger, I thought this sort of thing could have actually happened because I saw that women were more attractive to older men and so on. But seeing it happening firsthand and experiencing it firsthand, oh God, amazing. And thank God I did get married. For if you look at marriage, that's the way I think about marriage. If you're slightly financially successful, there's no point that if you get married, very likely the other partner is going to have less money than you. If you're a male, the female is going to have less money than you. When, I'd say, if divorce happens, then you have to part with 50% or whatever percentage of your assets. So, is that worthwhile? Well, whereas, and also, what is the financial incentive for the woman to stay there? It's actually not financial incentive. So, her main incentive is actual incentive is to divorce. If you look at it, if you're employing somebody, if they leave, they get no salary. If you marry somebody, if they leave, they're going to get 50%. To me, it's something completely insane. I've seen my parents divorce, and I don't recommend it. I see most married couples, I look at their lives and I think, not me. So those ones that still stand after many years. Absolutely not. And also, I know how it works in China. Most people keep being married in China, but The men have loads of women on the side. Things are pretty much clear to everyone, but the marriage still stands legally. So this is what happens in China. And in the UK, I'm not particularly sure, and I don't really care as much. But yeah, people get divorced, and it's not a good idea to incentivize somebody to split up, to part.
Jeeps. Oh, salam alaikum. I saw you from over there and I thought you looked really nice, that's all.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I know, I feel a bit, a bit nervous because I don't usually do this. So, yeah. No, but the point is, and I saw you just had to introduce me. Myself, Andreas, nice to meet you.
Charlotte.
Oh, hi Charlotte. So, what's behind the pretty face? Nothing. Do you think you're a boring type or something?
A little bit, yeah.
Or a simple type?
Simple, boring,
Ah.
yeah.
So no adventures, nothing? Nothing. So what would you do in your spare time then? You just watch TV?
I work and I'm at uni. So between balancing that, I don't have time to do much.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Very, very busy. Well, on the contrary, I'm very unbusy.
Yeah.
Completely unbusy. I go jogging every day.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look at it from this point of view. If you're not married, if somebody stays with you, there's only one reason. Because they really want to stay with you. It's not because of your money. It's not because of the security that you're going to provide. It's not because they may actually get away with 50% of what you've got or whatever percentage you've got. So, to me, I wouldn't trust a wife as such. The very moment we get married, they're not there for love anymore. As soon as they part, they're going to get 50%. So, why do it? Why do it? If somebody really wants to stay with you, they stay with you because they really want to stay with you. There's no string attached, so they really love you. You know that they really love you, so it's to me, it's a better strategy. I've got girlfriends have been with me for now, what? The longest standing is 15 years. Yeah, 15 years. Almost 16 years. And she's going to be the mother of my firstborn child, as far as I know. We'll see. We'll see. This is what they say. The mother is certain, the father is not. But we'll see. There's genetic testing there. But yeah, I've been a bit mean, but yeah, I think it's mine anyway. We'll see. So, and now I get in relationships which are absolutely amazing. And then if they stay there, there's only one reason for it, because they really want to stay there. They're not there for your money. They're not there for your stability or whatever else. It's there because of you, the person you are, nothing else. So there's no contract binding your relationship. So to me, in my mind, marriage doesn't make any sense. So again, if you're in your 20s, and you're a male in your 20s, don't settle down, don't get married, certainly not in your 20s. Keep getting experience, keep pulling women, don't get drunk, don't smoke, don't do drugs, don't get drunk, learn how to pull women, stone sober, completely, utterly sober is going to pay dividends. It's going to be harder, but it's going to pay so much dividends. Imagine, if you're in your 20s, how many more interactions you're going to have all throughout your life. And with the skills, because you cannot be always stoned or drunk, because you're gonna kill yourself. You're gonna kill your liver. As soon as your liver goes, you die. So you cannot actually walk around always drunk. So, and if you learn the skills and the skill set that is required, you build a very good life for yourself, and you learn that skill set.
Hello. No, I was just looking at you, that's all. You're a bit pretty, that's all. Andreas, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
Oh, very nice, yeah.
Are you alright?
No, when I look at you. No, I just wanted to try this 8.5 Is it the final prize?
Wherever you go, you're gonna find loads of women around which are beautiful, younger than yourself, and you can actually have got loads of interactions. You've got to get to interact with so many thousands of women all throughout your life. So you can, and then if you're somebody who's going to give value to women, then some of them are going to stay with you. They will not want to leave, even if you do not get married. And this is what happened in my case. In my case, I'm in my 40s, and I've got a certain number of women who are really willing to stay with me no matter what. And because I've had so many girlfriends in my life, and I keep the best ones. Best ones meaning the ones who love me the most. This is what I mean by the best ones. The looks are not that important to me, but what is important to me is how much they love me, the sort of character they've got. I look at a different value set. I still bang absolutely stunning women anyway. And the latest ones in their 20s are absolutely beautiful. If I've I don't know whether we can put some pictures on this video, but are absolutely stunning, amazing. Yeah, that's the point. So the message in this video is, if you're male, do not settle down, especially if you're young. If you're in your 20s, if you just invest a little time and a little money every day, money to invest and time into building the skills, not in reading as much, pretty much 80% in action, 20% in education and how to deal with women and so on, and how to pick up and so on. God, by the time you're 30, you're going to kill it. By the time you're 40, oh God, you're going to be far better off than me from that point of view. If you only keep at it, it's absolutely amazing. I wish I could turn back the clock and do it again, but life is a one-way street, so I can only play with what I've got. Still hope that I've got loads of years ahead. And the other thing is, your body is your temple, and you must not undermine it at any point in life. You've got to exercise hard if you can every day. There's no excuse not to do it. And eat well. 100% eat well. Because women essentially, they look, from my point of view, from my theory, they look at emotions. So what emotions you can actually you can provide to them. So they don't really care whether you're married, whether you've got kids, whether you're cheating. You're actually you're married. Actually, if you're married, I think you've even got a higher value to women anyway, sexually speaking. But the type of emotions you can provide them, if that's number one. How stable psychologically you are, financially, how strong financially you are. Because although that is not a determining factor, but it is actually something that is very, very good to have around. And you've got to play all the cards that you can play.
Having lots of social contact with new people.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's why I can say not much, but not that much.
Yeah.
If you look a bit out of your comfort zone, very much out of it. Very much out of it. I'll tell you what, I've got to go. If you want, I'll take you out for a coffee next week. So how do you actually send the friend request? Is this one? No, Sainsbury's General Assistant.
Yeah.
I'll have to take... Okay, I'll do this.
Number one card is emotions and how you can actually get them comfortable with you and sexually aroused. 100%. That's number one. How confident you are and so on. And how good you are with them. Absolutely 100%. Number two, I'd say how well you present yourself in your body is also very important. Very, very important, because it tells loads of things about yourself. Some people, they refer to your body as an honest signal. A signal to say, look, I'm somebody. I can actually fake the fact that I'm fit. I cannot fake the fact that I really take care of myself and I'm freaking fit in my 40s or 50s. And that really sends subliminal signals to women, which are quite powerful as well. And if you couple it with your skill set, oh God, you've got great results. If on top of it, then you're quite successful financially, and you don't need to have a job to sustain yourself. You can actually pretty much go all your life indefinitely without working for anyone else. You've got all the time in your life. Oh God, that's even better, because that is going to give you even more tools at your disposal to play the game for a long, long time. So yeah, that's the thing. So I'll just repeat it again, maybe for the 10th time. In your 20s, don't settle, don't settle, don't settle. What happens to people who settle? Not all the time. They get fat, they stop being motivated, because also the lack of sex in your 20s is a strong motivation. It motivates you to improve, and from the point of view of pickup and so on, and improve your life as well, if you actually direct that sexual drive in the right direction. So yes, and if you're in your 20s, absolutely amazing.